Hi guys. So today we're going to talk about the newest greedy YouTuber saga to be playing out on this platform. You know, over the time that I've been on this platform, I have seen several content creators go from making content, enjoying what they're doing, being really grateful for the community that they have. Unfortunately, a lot of them go through this transition period of, being relatable to a lot of their audience. Even if they are getting millions of views sometimes, they can ride that wave and they can continue to be approachable and relatable and connect with their fans and, make it feel like we really have a community here. Even if I do have a lot of subscribers, having a lot of subscribers does not automatically mean that you're unrelatable or out of touch. I've never subscribed to that idea. But there's also that other transition of people that build a really big audience, and once they start getting views, it's like their ego starts to seep through and the mask starts to slip and they are entitled, douchebags. Like that's just the most simple way to put it. I don't know if y'all have been on YouTube for this long, because I know that not everybody has been on YouTube for years. But BuzzFeed had its heyday back in 2013, but no, maybe 2014 to 2018 was the peak of BuzzFeed. And BuzzFeed is a media company, and they would make YouTube videos that would constantly go super viral. And a lot of YouTubers that are now making content on their own started at BuzzFeed. Sophia Nygaard is one of them. The Try Guys. I've, covered, remember Ned Fulmer and his whole cheating scandal. Well, there's also other creators. And there is a channel called The Watcher. And it features a guy, Steven, who used to do a viral series on BuzzFeed. And also two guys that did BuzzFeed Unsolved. And the Unsolved series got millions and millions and millions of views. Very, very popular. So these three guys decide we're going to branch out on our own, leave BuzzFeed, and they ended up creating content on a channel called The Watcher. I don't subscribe to The Watcher. I'm not super familiar with their content, but they were making a lot of revenue by doing this channel. People were there to support. They had Patreon. They had sponsors in videos, and the videos alone would get tons of views. There's another channel called August the Duck, and he did a rough calculation, which I'll drop in right here, and it was estimated that they were making almost $150,000 a month.
Okay, so this is where I think the video gets really delusional. I checked these guys' Social Blade, and it looks like they get about 12 million views a month. And their videos tend to be on the longer side of things. They're all about 30 or 40 minutes each, which is probably going to net you $5 to $6 per 1,000 views, if not more. Plus, it looks like everything they upload has an integrated sponsorship, which at their size is probably going to be $10,000 to $20,000 at the low end per video. Sponsorship prices have gone down over the last couple of years, so we'll say $10,000 to be safe, but I would be extremely surprised if they weren't getting a lot more. So 12 million views a month at $6 per 1,000 views, plus 4 uploads getting $10,000 a piece for a sponsorship per month, you're looking at a measly $112,000 a month, which would mean to make up what they're making on YouTube, they would need about 19,000 people to sign up for their streaming service. And they're acting like doing this is going to allow them to take their content to the next level. So they must have thought 30,000 people were going to sign up for this shit. 4 videos a month from the same people over and over again for $6. I'd be surprised if 500 people signed up for this.
Can you imagine making roughly $150,000 per month among your team, and you still decide to let greed drive the day, and you allow greed to drive you right off the cliff? Because that's what they did. They decided to come onto their channel, The Watcher, and sit down and announce that they were doing a paid for streaming service that they considered affordable to everyone. Listen, I don't care if it's $4.99, $5.99, $6.99, $10.99, $15.99. No matter what it is, you are literally showing your ignorance by sitting there and saying this fee is affordable to everyone. When we literally have people out here, like I mention all the time, I'm very in tune with people that cannot afford groceries and they're trying to feed themselves. They're trying to, make sure their lights stay on. Quite literally, they're trying to make sure their car doesn't get freaking repossessed. So don't sit there and tell people what is affordable to them. You cannot blanket statement that.
We have realized that it would be great if we could find a way to rely less on advertising, not make it such a big part of our business. Because of where this company is going and where I believe that we can be the most successful, YouTube is no longer the place for that.
For anybody who's watched or supported us to this point, truly, thank you. The goal was always to make television caliber quality content. And not just for YouTube, but for you guys. I guess we just hope you guys follow us this one last time.
2, our very own independent streaming service, Watcher.
You'll still occasionally see us on YouTube. We're gonna post trailers for our shows there. We're gonna have the season premieres of all of our series on there. But if you wanna watch the full seasons of all of our content, the streamer will be the exclusive home for all of that starting May 31st.
Steven, talk about money.
Yeah, what's this price?
You can become a member of Watcher for $5.99 a month or $59.99 a year.
We want to keep the price low enough where anybody and everybody is able to afford it, but it also has to support the things that we do here. So that was the number that just made the most sense for the streamer.
And look, you can share it, with your friends.
Well, they ended up getting a ton of heat for this, and, people basically saying, like, how dare you try to villainize YouTube when you are making so much money on this platform, and you want to say that you don't want to sacrifice content for the advertisers on YouTube, even though the advertisers on YouTube is quite literally what is allowing you to work for yourself and run your own business. So they try to launch this streaming service. They get a ton of backlash for it. I believe they lost, someone said they lost almost 100,000 subscribers over a couple days, which is a lot. And then they came back with part 2. And these idiots are in sheer crisis mode. They are in the mode of, oh wow, we didn't pull the wool over everyone's eyes like we thought we were going to. We are not going to be allowed to just get away with this, so let's go ahead and address it. Of course, I'll insert a couple clips, but it's so much word salad BS and greed. This is reminding me a lot of Love Meg. Remember what Love Meg did a couple years ago? Any YouTuber that tries to do this fails. It has not worked in the history of YouTube.
Last Friday, we announced that we're leaving YouTube and launching our new streaming platform.
We messed up. A lot of you spoke out with extremely valid comments and concerns, and we want to take the time now to address those.
We've been reading the things you've been saying, and we're sorry for the way we handled this, as well as the way we communicated it. We understand where you're coming from, and we're making immediate changes.
First, we want to affirm that you are the reason why we've been able to do anything at this company. You helped us every step of the way when we left BuzzFeed to start Watcher at the top of the pandemic in 2020.
You've supported us in so many ways by watching our content, attending our live shows, buying our merch, becoming members of our Patreon, and giving words of encouragement over the years. And we are incredibly grateful for your support.
We're sorry for how we originally delivered our goodbye message to YouTube. It was insensitive. We didn't properly express how much we appreciate all of you. And we did a really bad job of explaining the reasoning behind this transition.
We also want to deeply apologize for our ignorance around the impact of the cost. We regret stating and implying that it's a price that anybody can afford, and we fully acknowledge that it is not. We didn't take the proper consideration for how this cost would affect you, and hope you know that we are taking this as a serious learning experience. With that in mind, we're making some changes to ensure that there's a way for our community to continue watching our content for free.
If you want to watch our shows early and ad-free, you can catch them on the Watcher platform a month earlier. After that, you'll be able to watch our shows on YouTube for free. For those that have already subscribed to the platform, we are so grateful for your support. But if this change has you rethinking your membership, we will issue a full refund. And all past episodes and series will remain available on YouTube.
Opening up like Patreon or doing member programs, that's one thing. That can work. However, taking all of your content off of YouTube and putting it behind a paywall and expecting people to continue to pay a monthly fee to watch that content, it has not worked out for anyone. And I don't care if you're getting millions of views on videos. We are not in a position where people want to pay for content that should be uploaded for free. And don't hit me with the, oh, advertisers this, advertisers that nonsense, because you as a content creator, by being a person who publishes content on said site, you're going to have to create your content to be advertiser friendly. That's just the name of the game. You know, there have been a few times, especially in recent memory that I can remember, there's been a couple times where my 8 passengers coverage has been hit with a limited ad thing, and I know that when I make that video, I'm playing by YouTube's rules, and I appeal it and they approve it. You know, I get that sometimes it can get a little frustrating, but if you are abiding by community guidelines, then you should be able to stand on your content and not be like, well, I'm going to put it behind a paywall and this is affordable to everybody. We're in an economic situation right now where people are not buying themselves the luxuries. You know, people are not getting their nails done, getting their hair done every 4 weeks. Because like I said, when you're in a position where you're having trouble buying groceries, the other luxuries usually go away too. I know people like myself, I cut off Netflix. I don't even want to pay for Netflix anymore. Why on earth would I pay to see only one type of content from a literally like one YouTube channel? No. But like I said, they did do kind of a second take and they're kind of reformulating how they feel. I think take one is all that needs to be seen when it comes to this, because it's not giving we are really sincere and we feel bad about this. It's giving a bunch of y'all unsubscribed and probably canceled your Patreon memberships. So we're going to go ahead and sit on this 3-minute video and act like we care. Greed will ruin a content creator every single time. It's typically very easy to see the content creators that are in it for the money versus the content creators that are in it to create content and build a community and are thankful that some money comes along with the content and work that they're putting into it. Does that make sense? I don't think that it's something that you can catch on to like overnight, but you can usually see it after a while, especially when you see a creator go through a certain amount of growth, a certain amount of being on the platform for a certain amount of time. Like, greed is pretty easy to spot in someone. At least it is for me. So either way, that's the rundown on the greediest YouTubers possibly in history, because my God, especially when you're making that much a month. Oh well, go cry about it, you know. We have bigger fish to fry, so to speak. So tell me how you feel about all of this down below. You know, I always said, I think that member programs and Patreon, like, I've always told myself, like, I'm not in a position where I would want to do that as a creator myself. And it's only because if I were to launch that, I want to make sure that it's something that is worth $2 a month or whatever it would be. And so far, in almost 4 years, I just haven't felt like I've been in a position to offer something that I feel like this is worth something a little extra. Never said I was never going to do it, but I have to, you know, I have to feel really good about that decision, and it just hasn't come to me yet. So either way, that's enough for today. More content coming, but for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.